Hell's Paradise is really, really good. I'm going to start by giving you the elevator pitch, and if you like it, read it. It's absolutely worth your time. And then you can come back here and then, watch the rest of the video, or you can just hear me talk about spoilers and ramble on for a few minutes, who knows. The elixir of life has supposedly been found, and it's on an island infested with monsters. It's too dangerous to send anyone important, so they gather the 100 most dangerous criminals in Japan. If one of the criminals is able to find the elixir of life, they receive a pardon. To make sure that the criminals don't drink the elixir of life, they are instead granted a samurai to behead them if they do anything they're not supposed to. The island contains dark secrets that no mere person was supposed to know about. If you're interested, please read it. It's really, really good. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about spoilers, or not necessarily spoilers, but just like very specific things about the manga. So, be warned. I'm going to start off with characters, since characters is one of the most important things for me. Gabimaru, he's my goat. I love him. Really cool ninja. I really like the fact that they didn't romantically set him up with anyone and that he was just loyal to his wife the entire time. It was really refreshing coming from like a main character. Chobei, my second goat, love him. I've always been a fan of the very angry person archetype, and Chobei is no different. He's really cool. Shion, also my goat. I really like blind people. I feel like I can just end the sentence there. But like blind people in manga have always been like a really cool thing to me, just like the primordial sense sort of idea. Big fan. I'm a big fan of Yuzuriha. I'm gonna end the sentence there. You already know I am a big fan. Hell yeah, brother. She bad as fuck. And Jika. Jika is also really cool. Big fan of future seeing characters, especially ones that are just really nonchalant about it. It's really cool. A lot of these characters are really cool. Even the ones that I didn't mention, I feel really strongly towards. They're all really, really cool. The plot is really good. I don't think it's as strong as its character writing, but I don't think it's bad by any means. It definitely begins to feel like a drag with how much they reference Taoist spiritualism, and if you're not familiar with it at first, it kind of reads like a dictionary. Skill issue on my end, but overall it's still very enjoyable. It just kind of takes a little bit to get into. The opening arc felt very good. The actual like death game felt really fun, very lively. Lots of stuff were happening, lots of moving pieces, something you're really looking forward to. But kind of by the end, it really begins to feel like the Chimera Ant arc, where you're sort of having to deep dive into the power system as well as this one very long, drawn out encounter, which I'm also a big fan of. I don't want to make it phrase it like a negative. The pacing of this is very good, but it definitely is a longer pacing. It's not as quick as some of the other stuff I'm a big fan of, like Dandanon. It takes its time with stuff, and it feels really good. I really like how it's written that way. The setting is pretty good. It takes place all on one island. It's a very beautiful island, which is how it's depicted, and there's a lot of like landscape shots and stuff that makes it look ethereal and majestic, and you can definitely get lost in sort of the world of Hell's Paradise. On top of that, the art is just really good. The monster designs are just phenomenal. The character designs are great. The action even is actually paced very well. Me, who has a normal problem following action in manga, was actually able to follow it super well. It's all super illustrated, and the emotion lines help. Like it's very good. The artwork in this manga is very good, and there's a lot of panels where like those could be phone wallpapers if that makes sense. Oh boy, time for the themes. The main theme of Hell's Paradise is the middle path, which I think is very interesting. Typically what you'll see in main characters is an overwhelming like attachment to one ideal, while in this manga it is actually better to not necessarily stick to any ideal, but keeping towards the best of both options, if that makes sense. In order to be strong, you must accept your weakness, and each character has their own weakness that they sort of examine within themselves. Ganta Susai, the Blade Dragon, his weakness is the fact that he's overly show-offish, and he kind of learns to cut back the parts of him that stand out so that he become a better swordsman overall. The samurai, to perfect themselves, must realize that they can't adhere to the strict laws of the land, but must adhere to the spirit of the laws, if that makes sense. I really like this theme only because it applies to me most. My philosophy in life has always been things will eventually work out in the end, and you kind of just need to take things as they come. And so having that sort of similarity between what I personally believe with the manga gives me a little bit of bias, but it's still really good. I definitely recommend reading it and having a little bit of deeper thought about it. It's very good. Character rating, I'm going to give it a solid 4.5 out of 5. Setting rating, 4 out of 5. Plot rating, 4 out of 5. And for themes, I want to give it a 5 out of 5, but Yeah, I'll give it a 5 out of 5. Fuck it, the themes are good. Overall rating, it's a 0 out of 10. There are no witch characters. Okay, bye-bye.